Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Trek Yards. He is Commander Kaki.
He is Captain Foley.
And today we're taking a dive back into Star Trek Online, the Equinox class. We're going to take a look at it and discuss it because we love ships. You love ships. We're going to talk about ships.
Equinox, you say, Stuart? That's from the episode Equinox, involving the ship Equinox, based on a Defiant concept, but less pew-pews. Yeah, Star Trek Online, they've done many ships, it is fair to say. Over the many years, it is fair to say. Both the canon and taking like a Discovery era design and making a 2409 version or etc. They have this lovely little habit of taking a stylistically similar, as you can see here, design and naming it as a class the name of a ship we saw in the show. So you have an Equinox class, obviously, as a legacy and tribute, which is nice, although a little bit confusing sometimes, potentially. But clearly,
not always a ship name either, because there's a Pathfinder class based on the Pathfinder project as well.
Yeah, they think about it. But this is clearly a future refit's definitely the wrong word, but stylistic, iterative continuation, reboot, refit, Mark 4 times 2 of the Nova. Stuart, what do you think? Have you seen it before? And let's talk about this by Hedge Ortiz, the ever famous Stowe designer.
I have not seen this, and it's quite spiffy. It's got some unique design details for sure. It's kind of stepped away from the classic shapes of some of the Starfleet vessels, and even the nacelles, the way they're kind of at the front, like angled in, is a nice touch. It's a cool looking little ship, actually, but you can tell it's little. You can tell it's not a big ship at all, which is good.
Yeah, one thing that Rick Sternbach and his logic of ship design, they had bigger, more bay windows that you can put a person next to and you understand the exact height of the person. Then you got the tiny windows, which are just like portholes. Trek's kind of forgotten about the big windows. They didn't have them on the E, so everything's just kind of uniform, like little strip. Which is like, well, how big is that? We don't really see them from the inside that much. So here, it gives you a really nice sense of big windows, small windows, and it kind of lets you have tiny little, like, these slit windows. It's like, oh, okay, I see the thing. Almost pointless, but I guess still a point. But then you understand the big windows as well, or 10 forward, etc. Although, 5 left side, etc. Yeah, hadn't seen this before. That's why I jumped at it when I found it. They do a lot of new designs, like in the new eras. They also have their own aesthetic. I think this one is an interesting hybrid of their Stowe aesthetic while being something new again. Because it doesn't feel like this could be a fan film ship, right? In a good way. It has an original vibe to me. I don't know if I like it, but I know I like it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
What stands out to you, though? Because a few things hit me. Obviously, you said themselves, but anything else?
And the shape of the primary hull section, again, not standard. Also, the way that they have incorporated the phaser strips.
That was what I noticed, yeah.
Yeah, which is a very nice touch. There's like 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. I can't see any near the back on the secondary hull.
They're very weirdly placed. It was an idea they had. Clear, let's do reverse strips when you could just, obviously, the formation normally. It gives it some character, but also makes it feel super underarmed for some reason. Like
it's probably a small science vessel,
yeah.
So that's kind of the point, right?
But obviously, post-Dominion War, if you've got space in the hull to put more phasers, you'd put more phasers. It's like you would never not give a ship torpedo launchers, right? Yeah, those things are certainly odd. But, unlike the Genhayan ships from Picard, they have the RCS thrusters, they have the gravity panels, they have the deflector, they have the escape pods, which are E-esque. Actually, those are E-esque, but with the Rhode Island variant. I think they've got those tweaks in. A sort of bridge window, but probably not a window, but a 10 forward. Because there is windows in front of the Enterprise D. They're not the bridge, but there are windows, so that's clearly what that is. Do you like the deflector? Well, I guess there's 2 deflectors. Do you like the top deflector?
It looks like a TV screen.
Yep, looks like an LED panel.
Yeah.
Confuses me personally.
I don't not like it. Yeah.
What's supposed to think of a Dalek eye? With like how it looks like it's behind a screen, looks like there's plastic over it, and yet that's all 3-dimensional. Bit weird. The bottom deflector's fine, very standardized. Although the fact that there is 2 things behind the deflector that look like they can be, and pull out. I wonder what they are. They tend to add something with these ships that is a special console, does something special. So I'm wondering if that's like the special ability zone. Because I don't know.
Being a science ship, that could be anything, honestly. So this is the concept. Let's see what it looks like in game.
Very similar.
Very similar, and yet more STO. Like the darker parts make it say STO. The concept looked a little less STO. So
yeah, the concept was more gentle post Nemesis. This is more Sergeant Online. Look, different blues for the deflector, more of a classic blue. The top is a very good, almost Equinox shape. I feel like they tweaked the pylons to be close to Equinox. It's my vibe there.
That profile view is really striking. I like that. Even the thin nacelles, I think, work for that. And it's interesting. The nacelle glow is only at the back. It wraps around the back of the nacelle. But it's such a unique idea. I like it.
I mean, Stowe does have a lot of those back elements, but they tend to have a front element as well. And there are little strips on the top. I mean, they found a style that's new and works for them. Cool. Basards are a bit pointy for me, but that's personal preference. The side isn't great, but you don't tend to see ships directly from the side.
I kind of like the side, though.
It's because it looks incredibly flat and they're cut out. Like the Equinox is quite a big secondary hull that goes in 8 gracefully. It's like it was flat. They just stuck a bit on the bottom. It's not, it's odd. It's half baked in the oven.
It looks like a sea creature of some kind.
That I would agree with you. But let's see it in motion. The next shot is a publicity still, which gives you a good perspective-y vibe. I know it isn't, but it gives me Galaxy X Phaser vibes from the bottom there.
Yeah. Again, those details underneath the deflector are there, but these ones are... The other ones are kind of staggered with the way that the center part was. These ones are nice and lined up.
And they've swapped... This is in the other shot as well. They swapped the escape pods from Rhode Island back to TNG for some reason. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense. Unless they're like the standardized Stowe ones.
Yeah, they went back to the square ones, yeah.
I like both, but it definitely makes it feel more anachronistic. Although I do like the way the red works on the square ones. But I do quite like the variations of black, red, and white here on the bottom view. Not so much the top view, but the bottom. The pinstriping, though, feels like we just want to have red accenting versus deliberate. Like, there's a reason for pinstriping, right? Here it's just, look, a red line. Which looks kind of nice, but doesn't feel rationaled.
Well, yeah, originally the refit was supposed to have red pinstriping around the nacelles and stuff as well, which they kind of stopped. They didn't do that. So this is probably just a nice callback to that. I kind of like red pinstriping, honestly.
But
it's kind of cool.
It feels aesthetic versus functional.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's no red steel pennant. Like, if that was the point of it, you could easily have had it in the middle there, and then it's missing the point of it. Although I like the deflector better here. I think the deflector's kind of nice.
And the deflector right above that looks like almost like a phaser rifle front cut off. It could be like a photon torpedo launcher, because I don't know where else you'd have a photon launcher on this.
That is
true. Can't see any other places for that.
Doesn't mean, it'd have to be a torpedo launcher. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere else to be.
Yeah.
And then here we go. Here is some even more orthos and even nicer quality. Shows even more views. Excellent render.
Interesting shuttle bay at the back too. I never saw it on the first concept one. It's kind of got like a roll door, but it's not the standard like clamshell type. Or I mean, Voyager is similar to Voyager's almost, but yet it's different. It's not inset. It's kind of just the rear part. It's
super integrated, and also looks like there's a cargo bay below back in the secondary hull, which works well. You see torpedo launchers in the back view. There's 2 at the back. Single impulse engine like the Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I noticed too that there's phaser strips now on the secondary hull, which I couldn't see in the other picture, so that's cool.
Good. Yeah, I like the side view more. Now it's better.
I do wish the nacelles were a little bit thicker from the side, though. I don't mind sleek and like slender, but I mean, it doesn't look bad here at all. I do like the nacelles. I just wish they were a little bit bulkier from the side to maybe help the look a little bit.
Well, for me, it's like the design of the top is so good, but as soon as you go to the side or front, they just feel not misproportioned, but misproportioned.
Yes. Yeah.
And that front view is real odd.
Yeah, with the two deflectors, that's an interesting look for sure.
But it also kind of shows you how well Equinox and a lot of the ships from Trek worked from most views. Again, you're not going to see the ship from most views like that. You're going to see it 3/4 zooming, and we saw in previous shot that looks great.
And that thing above the deflector is in fact the torpedo launchers, because there's two there. If you zoom in, you can see them. So that's cool. Yeah, it's an interesting little ship for sure. I do approve. I even like that they've stepped away from the main aesthetic and kind of done something different with the shape of the front part of the ship.
Well, that's kind of their MO with so many designs they've done and want to tweak. Yeah, it you know what it is. You know what it's trying to be, but it's new. And that's a good Stowe trait. So yes, there you go, guys. Go buy it, go earn it, go fly it, go shoot with it, go explode in it. Equinox class from Star Trek Online.
Yeah, Star Trek Online does good work, and we love Star Trek Online, so go do it. And also comment down below what you thought about this ship. Do you fly it in game? Do you want it? Let us know. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell icon to all.
And if you want to support what we do here, there, and everywhere, Patreon is an amazing way. Each and every month, any amount of dollars lets us go. We're not Packheads, but we still have to go. Join the channel, same thing as Patreon, just not on Patreon. That makes sense. Or super chatting on a live, super thanksing on a video. There are buttons for those things. Or PayPal, trycodes@hotmail.com. Or just commenting, Stuart. Help the algorithm. And we thank you in advance.
That's right. So until next time, here's Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.